Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and welcome to week 5 of the WBE. Of course, I'm the coach of the Melbourne Rotoms, and this week we're up against Uzi, the coach of the Bullet Punch Club. Uzi is a really good player. We played last season, and he beat me pretty handedly. And if you guys don't know, when he joined this the season like halfway through last year, replacing another player, and at that point, like, his record, because he replaced the player, was like 0-6, and I think he won like all his games after he joined the league, which was like probably like 8 games or so to make it into the playoffs. So he's really good. He is 3-1 right now, which I think is obviously super scary, and he's a huge threat. I'm really excited to go up against him, and yeah, we're just gonna go into things. So he didn't bring I think 2 of the Pokemon I was actually scared of were Mudsdale and Slurpuff, and he didn't bring either of those, which I think is a good thing. So in this matchup, I think we're aiming towards prioritizing maybe getting up Stealth Rocks earlier, and the goal of this game is really to try to sweep with either Gengar or Excadrill. Excadrill, this is like a Sword Stance set, so if it gets Sword Stance up, can really just sweep through everything. Now, what we can lead with relatively safely is Rotom. That will allow us to, get a Volt Switch off. And the main thing we're also looking here is to potentially get a Trick off against the Ferrothorn. That would be huge. But Excadrill, as you can see, pretty much 2-shots the entire team. So I'm going to go Rotom, and we have 2 defensive pivots in the Hippowdon and the Umbreon. So, Umbreon here used for the special attackers, as well as Colossal. This is an Assault Vest Colossal set, so if the sand is up, Colossal will be able to take attacks really well, especially from, like, the Hatterene. So we're going to get into it. If you guys enjoyed, please share support by leaving a like. Go check out Uzi and his perspective in his channel, link in the description below. And yeah, the WBE season is pretty short this season, so we're 2-2 right now. It's actually going to be a Passimian lead here. Okay. So, let's see. He could definitely go for, like, a knockoff here. We could pretty easily go for Volt Switch into Hippowdon, which I'm leaning towards right now. Yeah, I think I like that. I'm just going to Volt Switch here. He doesn't really have any switch-ins here. That gives us more momentum. And ideally, we'd like to basically use, like, Baton Pass with Umbreon. It's also a Wish, so we could Wish Pass this. Yeah, he's actually going to just withdraw Passimian. Okay. Into Ferrothorn. Okay. So I thought about maybe going for a Trick there on the switch-in, which would have been really quite nice, but that's fine. We could actually just hard bring out Gengar right now, and I do want to quickly calc how much max fighting does against this thing. We are Specs Focus Blast as well, but I don't want to just eat up like a knockoff or something. Let's see. It's not going to be doing too much, I don't think. We could just go for a Trick with Rotom. I mean, we could also just hard bring out Colossal, which I think is pretty safe, and then switch out, predicting who he's going to go into. So let's see. So Colossal's out. He's not leftover. Oh, he is leftovers. Okay. We'd like to get a Trick on that if possible. So let's see. He doesn't really have any great switches into Flare Blitz. The only thing, if you look at it, is pretty much the Noivern. I might just go for a Flare Blitz. Let's see how much that does against Noivern. Colossal against... With the Assault Vest set, like, we can actually take attacks from Noivern pretty well, I would say. And even with the Resist, I think we'll still do a fair amount of damage to it. Even chipping away at it is nice. This is Adamant, like, near max. So I'm thinking about that. Otherwise, I could just hard switch out here. But, yeah, I mean... Flare Blitz here still does like 30% or so. You have a chance for a burn. I think I'm just going to go for it here. I expect the Noivern to switch in almost all the time, but let's see. So Ferrothorn's going to switch out. It's Victory, which is, yep, Noivern. Okay. So you notice I've got the Assault Vest. That's one of the cool things about Noivern. See how much we do. Yeah, like chipping away at that is honestly not bad. And we actually get a burn, which is quite fortunate. Cool. Okay. How much does Heavy Slam do against this? Let's see. Heavy Slam. Ooh. Actually does less because Noivern's super light. Interesting. So what do I think Noivern's gonna do here? Could go for like a U-turn. I could go out in a Hippowdon here right now. just to set up the sand and put on some pressure. I mean, Noivern is going to be using special attacks most of the time. This gets access to... Doesn't get access... It gets access to Water Pulse, which I don't think I want to take Water Pulse. So I think I'm actually just going to go out into Umbreon here, which is my special wall. Scout out for what he wants to do. Maybe go for a Wish. Getting that chip damage onto Noivern is quite fortunate for sure. So yeah, I want to see what Noivern has, basically. But, we're basically setting ourselves up for a late game Excadrill sweep. So he's going to U-turn, okay. That's fine. So he's going to finally get some more, like, offensive pivoting, whereas I feel like we've been able to pivot decently well so far. But we have a lot of great switch-ins in this matchup, so this isn't really the end of the world. This could be an opportunity for, like, Hatterene or Gengar to come in. It's actually just Pessimian again. Okay. That's fine by me. Let's see. I think Pessimian can U-turn as well. I just want to double-check that. You can. I doubt he clicks close combat, but I don't mind switching in Hippowdon because that sets up the sand and he has to take residual damage every turn, which I think is pretty good. He could just go for like a knockoff, but then I can get rocks up. So yeah, let's just go out into Hippowdon right now. Having Umbreon and Hippo as walls are really nice for us in this game, I think. And the sand residual damage is going to add up against all of these things because once again, we're trying to maybe just set up Excadrill and sweep in the late game. He's just going to close combat, okay. How much does that do? 215 to 114. That makes me think he's banded. Ah, he's Life Orb. Okay. Got it. I think we want to slack off here. Yeah, I mean, he's doing less than 50%. Slack off here heals us. He takes more damage. So I'm just going to go for it. We have got Fire Fang for Ferrothorn as well if he tries to switch that in. Ah, but he's got Taunt. Okay. That's cool. We will survive another attack here pretty easily. It's just I'd like to keep Hippowdon healthy. U-turn here is pretty predictable on his end. Kind of like setting up rocks here, though, to be honest. Rather than EQing. But then who is our switch in, right? Probably Gengar. I think knocking up Pessimian here would be nice. So I think I'm just going to click Earthquake here. I don't want to risk switching to Gengar and getting knocked off. And he actually switches out, okay. Back out into Noivern. Yeah, that makes sense. So that covers really every option. So nicely done on his end. Now we know it has Taunt. That's good to know. I wonder if it has Roost here. That is a question. Probably has Defog, I would think. We've seen U-turn. I don't mind switching to Colossal here, I think. What else could we go for? We could just actually go back out into Umbreon. But I think he probably clicks U-turn here. We can't Rocks here, so I mean, we're pretty forced to switch out, I guess. But we could stay in and get risky and click Earthquake, but I don't think that's worth it. So I think we let him U-turn out here. Who do I go out into, though? Alright, I'm gonna go out into Colossal. If he doesn't click U-turn, then that actually puts us in a great spot. He might click, like, Roost here. So maybe Umbreon was actually a better pick. Yeah, he's just U-turning. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I expect Pessimian to come back out. The main thing is we do have to be careful about conserving Hippowdon because the sand is really important for us. Yeah, so Pessimian's going to come back out. I think close combat should just KO this, right? I'm pretty sure it does. We're doing alright on time. Actually, this does not do as much as I thought it would. Life Orb close combat is doing... I mean, we've got bulk too, right? We've got like max HP. It's doing 55 to 65. So the question is whether I find it worthwhile to just go for a close combat here. He also could make a prediction and go for knockoff, which I honestly think is decently likely. I honestly kind of like Flare Blitzing here. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, he has Drain Punch. Ooh, okay. Is that a crit? No, it wasn't. I don't know, I'm just really scared of this knockoff, but, because, like, Gengar is such a free switch in. And we burn! Wow, the Pessimian too, that's actually a really big burn. I do apologize for that. Close combat might have KO'd there. I don't know. That did more than I expected. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that burn is super, super fortunate. I think we probably want to conserve Colossal solely for a Ferrothorn. If you click Strain Punch here, we could go out into Hippowdon. I think knockoff here is pretty safe for him, though. Hattering's gonna Dynamax. I think it's okay to sack Colossal here, honestly. Yeah, I'll just go for another Flare Blitz. I do apologize for the burns, though. Yeah, those have been super... And there's the knockoff, finally, yeah. Okay. So, the thing is, he doesn't really have any switch-ins to spec Shadow Ball. Pretty much nothing can switch into it. This could be a decent time to also bring an Excadrill and maybe get a Swords Dance off. Could also go out into Gengar and Trick here. But I like going out into Gengar and just clicking Shadow Ball right now, I think. I think we probably wanted to save Colossal a little bit better, especially because he's got the Gengar in the back. I think his Gengar might be Scarfed, honestly, if I had to guess, too. But he literally has no switch into Spec Shadow Ball, so I think I'm just going to go for that here. I could G-Max, but I don't find that worthwhile because he could Revenge Kill me with his Gengar. So I think I'll just take the knockout here, yeah. Okay, so Pessimian's gone, which is actually a really big deal since that walls the Umbreon so much. So in the end, the burn didn't end up actually mattering, which is good. Because I wouldn't want to win that way. And basically, like I said, we're setting ourselves up to win with Excadrill in this late game. If we can get a Swords Dance off, Excadrill should just sweep through everything. Okay, so Ferrothorn comes out. I wonder here if it's honestly just worthwhile to Dynamax. Or sorry, G-Max. But Specs Gengar is still so good for like the late game, so maybe not. Like we could very easily just go out into Umbreon. Could also go out into Rotom here and maybe go for a Trick. But he could knock off us here. I'd really like to get a Swords Dance off. That's what I'm aiming for. I think I'm going to go out into Umbreon. I want to scout out for what this Ferrothorn wants to do. We can get a Wish and pass it off, too, as well. But we know it's lefty, so it's not like going to be super offensive Ferrothorn. Alright, he's just Leech Seeding. And we dodged that, too, man. Sorry, dude. Don't think it makes too much of a difference, but it definitely adds up. And, like, this stuff, it can be, like, super tilting to play with or against as well. I want to Wish here. Or Baton Pass in case he switches out into Hatterene. I think I'm going to Baton Pass, actually. Alright, he's going to stay in, which is interesting. Which makes me think he'd probably go for, like, Leech Seed again. If we could Trick onto it, that would be really nice. Yeah, I'll go out into Rotom here and maybe try to get a Trick off. Although, if he sees Rotom coming in, I feel like you expect a Trick. Yep, he's seeding again, yep. I think he has to expect the Trick because he saw we're faster. But who do you switch into? Nothing can take a Volt Switch. I might just Volt Switch here. I'd like to conserve the Trick if possible. And Ferrothorn's not really threatening us that much anyway. Like, worst comes to worst, he gets a Seed off. But we can just go out into Hippowdon and maybe click, like, Slack Off. Yeah, he switches out. Nice. Okay, so that's Noivern coming in, I believe. Yep. So now he knows I'm Scarfed. So what I want to do here... Ooh, that almost just gets the KO, actually. It's buried as well. Citrus? Or Bulky Berry? Looks like Citrus. Okay. So we get Volt Switch off. Against Noivern, I think going out into Umbreon here is fine. And I think I want to click Wish now to potentially go out into... I mean, he's going to click U-turn though, so we can Baton Pass again, I think, which is also fine. Because I don't want the Hatterene to come in for free, basically. So I think I'm actually going to click Baton Pass here. You could go for a taunt, but like I'm fine with that. You're taking more damage from burn. So he hasn't brought out any of his main offensive threats, and I haven't really brought out Excadrill yet, but as you can once again see, Excadrill wins against Gengar and Hatterene, and if we get a Swords Dance off, it will be Durant as well. So let's see what he goes for here. It might be Roost. It's just a Draco. Okay, I'll take that. We're max HP special defense, so it shouldn't do that much. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, might be worthwhile to go out into Hippowdon and... Oh, I guess he probably will have Draco taunt, right? I'd be surprised if he didn't. But we could just go out into Specs Tom again here and Volt Switch, which should KO Noivern from this range. The other question is whether he has Body Press on the Ferrothorn. I would think so, because you need a way to hit the Excadrill. Discharge could be worth it here for a Paralysis chance. Volt Switch gives us more momentum in case he switches. I'll just Volt Switch here. Alright, he's actually going to switch out. Interesting. So, back out into Ferrothorn? Yeah. Okay, so this Ferrothorn's like kind of annoying to break through, given that we don't have Colossal anymore, but that's also still fine. Trick could have been really nice there, but didn't want to risk it quite yet. I'm actually going to quickly check how much a Fire Fang does. He's probably max HP defense. I also want to see how much his Power Whip is going to do to me. Oh, I see why my calc was wrong earlier with close combat too. That was a mistake. Power Whip's doing 48 to 58 against this. Could go out in a Gengar. I'm sure he's got knockoff Gyro Ball, and I would think... I think I'm gonna Wish Pass here with Umbreon. I'd really like to get Rocks up, because the Noivern should just faint from it soon. So I think I'm gonna click Wish here and then Baton Pass. Yeah. Or we could just honestly hard Baton Pass here, back out into Rotom. But I like Wishing here this first turn. If we could heal back with Umbreon, that'd be really nice. And I want to scout out for the rest of the moves on this thing too. So finally going to be able to Wish Pass a little bit with Umbreon. Ah, he's got Spikes. Alright, that makes sense. I wonder if he clicks Power Whip here then. Certainly could be likely. Rotom's a pretty free switch in. Hippowdon might faint from Spikes and Power Whip, so I don't want to risk that if he's invested in attack. Although I doubt he's invested in attack. Could also get crit. Could just go out into Excadrill, but I feel like you probably run like Leech Seed Spikes, maybe like Gyro Ball and Power Whip. Or sorry, Body Press Power Whip. Could also risk the Specs Gengar, but I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan of that. I don't want to go out into Hippowdon quite yet. The problem is he might just be able to get another layer of Spikes off, which I'm not particularly fond of. Let me see how much Fire Fang from Hippowdon does against him. It's not bad. It's doing around half. I'm going to go out into Hippowdon. This is a little risky, I guess, because if we just lose Hippo here, that could be really bad, and Wish doesn't take place until after this turn ends. But if he's not invested in attack, I don't think Power Whip is KOing. This is maybe a little too risky. He does go for it. And wow, we dodge it. That's really, really big. That's super, super lame. I feel super bad about that. I'm going to get up Rocks now. I don't... Comes down to, yeah, whether he had attack investment or not. If he didn't... Actually, because of spikes, I think he's going to KO most of the time there. So I should have got him punished heavily. I haven't been playing well this game, and I've been getting super lucky, so I apologize to Uzi. Pretty much nothing's been going his way, but he's still been playing really, really well. Like, I feel like I have a really good matchup, and Uzi's been playing it well to, like, get out of, like, what is probably a pretty bad matchup. The big question here is, what is your last attack now? He's going to go out in a Noivern, which, of course, can go for Defog. And I suspect it will defog, but that's a really big miss, because it means I get more room to play with Hippowdon. Now Hippowdon's all the way back at full, too. So, yeah, I do apologize for that, dude. This Noivern's going to faint from another turn of Sand and Burn. It probably clicks defog here, but we can just click Stealth Rocks again to guarantee it, right? There's really no way around it, so... I feel super bad about that. He's just going to click Draco Meteor. Okay. See how much this does. This is going to do a fair amount. We don't have Special Defense Bulk. Yeah. But I just wanted to guarantee that we have rocks up for the remainder of the game. He could still win with, like, Dynamax Hatterene, though, I think. Which might be what he's setting himself up for in Trick Room. Which maybe I needed to play a little bit better around. So Noivern's finally out of the way. If he doesn't have Body Press on Ferrothorn, I think Excadrill can just Swords Dance and sweep. Yeah. We could have clicked Slack Off there too, but I wanted to cover for Defog. It's going to be Gengar coming out though. Okay. I think this is probably going to be Specs Gengar if I had to guess. Or sorry, not Specs, Scarfed. But I think going out into Umbreon here is super free. He could click like Focus Blast or Sludge Bomb. But Umbreon's max HP special defense, and we've got Baton Pass and Recover. And now we can we're basically fishing for the switch in into Excadrill at this point, I think. It's gonna Energy Ball. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. 136 to 94. It's Life Orbed. Okay. Does it KO us with a... I mean, a Focus Blast should KO us. A Sludge Bomb KO us. I think it might. Let's see. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're running low. Okay, I need to actually really be making my moves faster than... Sludge Bomb here. Okay, I'm gonna Wish here. If he KOs us, that's fine. We finally get the free switch into Excadrill. He actually goes for Focus Blast. Okay, so... risking the miss there, but able to connect. I would have felt really bad if that miss, honestly. I just think Excadrill comes in now and sweeps. Yeah, let's bring out Excadrill. Okay. We gotta make our moves fast. I'm just gonna click Earthquake. The problem is Ferrothorn still doesn't have Body Press. Sorry, I have not been paying attention to time here, and I really should be. Body Press is doing a fair amount to us, but it doesn't KO. We're Soft Sand, by the way. Which, if he's max HP defense, Pharaoh, Earthquake does 42 to 50. But he's going to sack Gengar here, which makes sense. Okay, so Gengar's out the way. Surely you bring Ferrothorn or Durant now. I really would have liked to Swords Dance there, but I don't think I can. If he brings out Pharaoh, then I suspect he's going to have Body Press. We've seen, but I feel like Knockoff is definitely a likely play too. And the main thing is that we haven't Dynamax Gengar yet, which is a really big deal, because that will just outspeed everything. Like Spec Shadow Ball will do a ton at this point. So let's just make sure we don't time out, because I think we're in a pretty good offensive position right now. So sorry guys, I know people have been like, you need to play faster with timer, and I definitely do. Still trying to get used to singles like that. Actually, I mean, he's probably Bold, right? If I'm him, I would be running Bold like max. To which Earthquake's really not doing much damage, but maybe we don't need it to do much, because then that puts it in KO range from a Shadow Ball from Specs Gengar. Because Gengar is max speed. And it will outspeed Durant by 1, but it's not going to be... It's going to be Hatterene coming in. That coming in makes me think it's Babiri Berry. I'm going to sub here, because I think he might Dynamax. He might also click Trick Room. He's going to Dynamax. Okay. So sub stalls out Dynamax here, basically. He's probably Berry. I think Gengar can win this for us. It's just, it could be Sash Durant. I wish I had like a minute more to play with. I'm sorry guys, I was not paying attention very well to timer in this game, which makes things a little tougher. Alright, so we're gonna sub. Just gonna go for Max Flare, which gets rid of the sand. This is where having like Umbreon and Colossal would have been really nice just for switch-ins, but we can just sub 3 times. Although if we sub 3 times with Spikes damage, we faint, right? Oh wow, it's not Babiri. It's lefties. Okay. We've also got Rotom in the back. I like subbing once more and then switching Excadrill out. Like, we're just stalling out Dynamax right now, right? Yeah, and I think we sack Hippowdon on this last turn of Dynamax. I'm just worried about Trick Room. So I think I need to play around that. Okay, so another Max Flare. Oh, the problem is that the third Max Flare will cancel out the weather. Let's see, we could sack Rotom, bring in Hippowdon. I have 24 seconds to work with. Oh, this is so stressful. I'm bringing in Hippo here. But I don't think that's the correct play. Because now I get outsped by Durant. But maybe that doesn't matter. Because we've got Specs. So what this allows us basically is a free switch in. Okay, I have to make my moves really fast. I might lose this on timer, which is so frustrating. Because that's completely on me. Okay, we bring out Excadrill now. I need to make these moves really fast. Okay. So Excadrill comes out. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to win this now. Oh my god. How low is he? I have what, like, probably like 15 seconds? I need to make like moves every 2 seconds basically. Yeah, okay. I clicked Earthquake there, expecting a switch out. The other question is whether he's Sash Durant. Guys, I'm really sorry. I should have played faster. I came into this match just like being occupied with a bunch of things outside of the game, so I wasn't in like the best mental state, and just haven't been playing well. Shoutouts to Uzi, because like I've been getting really lucky this game too, and he's put himself in a great position. Yeah, I clicked Earthquake because it's the first move right now in the time slot. That's completely my fault, guys. If we had like a minute total, I think we'd have enough time to work with here. But I just was not paying great attention to the timer. He could win also maybe just off timer right now, depending on the Ferrothorn slat. And if it's not Sash Durant, like after an Earthquake, we can just sweep through with Gengar. But we might not be able to click G-Max. Okay, yeah, he's just going to stay in and probably knock us out. Yeah, I wanted to click Iron Hit there, but we're running out of time. Okay. We go out into Gengar now. This is totally on me. Wow, I made some suboptimal plays because of the time. I got super lucky this game too, so shoutouts to Uzi. I'm sorry, guys. Like, that's totally on me. Okay, we can still win this time. Yeah, I'm not giving up, obviously. 10 seconds. I think the thing is now we don't do enough damage to the Ferrothorn. Because it can just knock off us. Was it worth Dynamaxing there? Yeah, Dynamax Max Zeus was the play there. God, man, this last minute has been so rough for me. Yeah, after this week, I'm 100%. Like, I knew what Uzi's team was gonna do too, and I think like I just like tried to like really think about all my decisions earlier on in the game, but this time around, like I don't know, I just really need to be moving a little bit faster. Yeah, that's completely my fault, guys. My bad. I'm gonna bring up Ferrothorn. Okay. I G-Max Max Knuckle here. Maybe we can survive the knockoff. I assume he has knockoff. I should have G-Max Max Ooze there too. Like we messed up by not Iron Heading, by not G-Max Iron Head. Yeah, just playing around timer is really like screwed with me here, which is my bad. Like so we've been making suboptimal plays trying to play around it. Alright, let's see how much Max Knuckle does. Looks like a 2-shot, honestly, but he might just click Leech Seed here. I think if he clicks Knockoff, he loses, unless it KOs us. Well, he's got Bulldoze, but we survived that. I think... Oh my god. Oh my god, this is crazy. So Bulldoze is his last one. It wasn't Knockoff this entire time. Ah, 7 seconds! The question is, what item is your Durant? Is it Scarfed? I mean, sorry, is it Sashed? Even if it's Sashed, we get Discharge. Oh, this is literally going to come down to the last second. Guys, I'm so sorry. I played this suboptimally. Like, all I needed was another attack from Excadrill. Oh, and it doesn't KO. Okay, I don't think that really will matter. It's going to Bulldoze again. Is that a crit? It was. This is so crazy. We should still be faster than this, I think. But yeah, like if I G-Max Max Poison earlier, I get the special attack boost, which matters as well. I can't. I have to spam A right now because I don't want to run out of time. This is actually insane. But this was not a good showing on my end because we had a great matchup and I did not play well. It comes down to what item the Durant has, basically. Calculating if Discharge KOs that. I would think it does. But... Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, wait, we have spikes up, though. It depends on the roll. Shoot, that crit might have ended up mattering. If he doesn't crit that, we could swap out Gengar into Rotom. We basically made suboptimal plays for the last entire minute because I've been rushing the timer to try to not time out. Like, and even though these plays have been suboptimal, still been okay. It's a roll, I think, on whether Discharge KOs or not. I'm gonna feint to spikes. Alright, we have 4 seconds to work with. Oh, but I have to manually switch in Rotom, don't I? Ah! Crunch disables. Crunch is disabled, okay. I spent too long. Okay, please, please, please give us enough time. This is actually insane. Oh my god. It's 0 seconds. Does this move go in? Oh my god, he was banded Crunch! We're literally gonna win on the last second. Or sorry, he was Scarf Crunch, but I think because he was Scarfed, he wasn't KOing us there. And we literally win with 0 seconds left. Yeah, Crunch wasn't KOing us there. Dude, that was so poorly played on my end, though. I am so sorry, Uzi. Like, that was, like, just, like, a gross victory. And literally, like, if we had there was one more turn, we would have lost. So I was thinking he might have been Scarfed, but, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, that was just such a bad showing on my end. Like, we won, but it feels so bad to win like that, because we got, first of all, we got insanely lucky, and second of all, like, I wasn't paying great attention to timer. I'm so embarrassed by that. I don't know. Like, we had a really good matchup. I just needed to execute my game plan. And, like, I fluttered so much in that endgame by, like, not Iron Heading the Hatterene because I was really rushing my moves. And then Gengar with the G-Max and everything. So I feel so bad for Uzi, man. Because I think he played this matchup really well. And, like, given that it was a really bad matchup, put himself in a position to win. I think we got the cursed body, just add insult to injury. I don't think that ends up mattering there because he was Scarf. I'm just calculating it real quick. But because he was locked into Crunch, I think we would survive with just a sliver of HP. But yeah, man, I mean, that was just like a poor performance on my end overall. And like I said, I'm really sorry. I wasn't in a great mental state going into this because just of personal life stuff. So I was like not very focused on this game. And it definitely came to show because I wasn't making great plays. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I mean, like let's point out the RNG in this game that actually mattered, because I actually don't think like the Flare Blitz onto Passimian burn really ends up mattering because he KO'd us anyway and we revenge KO'd it. I don't think the Leech Seed miss really mattered too much. I mean, you could stay in a little bit more with the Ferrothorn, but I don't think that makes too much of a difference. I don't like the burn onto Noivern allowed us to KO it a little bit faster. So I don't know. I mean, like, it wasn't really like game defining RNG. He could crit us with Crunch there in the end. That's how he wins that, I think. Because this is showing me, because it is Scarfed as we saw, since we're Scarf Rotom, that Crunch does 50 to 60% from Admit Hustle. So unless I'm calculating something wrong here, I think we should be able to survive that and then close it out with the discharge. But we literally had 0 seconds left. Yeah, I mean, there were so many mistakes, like not Iron Heading Hattery, not G-Maxing, going for Max Poison to get the special attack boost. Although I don't think the special attack boost helps that much. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. But I really wanted to scout out for what the Ferrothorn's last move was as well. Like, there were so many opportunities to maybe switching Gengar, but I was just like too scared of doing that. Actually, sorry, the one piece of RNG that I think really, or actually I guess it didn't end up making a difference, but in the long run, since the sand wasn't up anyway, but was just Power Whip into the Hippowdon. But yeah, that was just not a clean game, guys. So good game to Uzi, but I do apologize because I got like super fortunate, obviously, throughout the course of it. So my apologies to you guys because no one wants to see someone make, you know, rushed moves in the entire last minute. And even though we made like suboptimal plays, we're still able to win, which shows the dynamic of this matchup. Like, I think this matchup was really, really heavily favored towards us, and I think Uzi played as well as he could have given the situation. So good game to him, man. I do apologize for all that RNG. Apologize to you guys as well. It was not the cleanest of games or videos, and I know people have been telling me to move faster, and yeah, there was just a lot outside of the game that was affecting me, so I was not very focused this week. So I do apologize, but I'll do my best in the upcoming weeks. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Go check out Uzi, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.